Welcome to the Awakened Energy. I'm Skeed. This energy transmission is distant, healing energy. It's not Reiki, as we know. Yeah. It's pranic, Kundalini, activation, shaktipat. It's not Tantra today. We are going, explained in the last video, up the spine, no reproductive organs here today. I've had a couple of people ask me or comment about gurus, different people who do this work. I'm no guru. I don't try to be one. I don't fake it. I don't put on a robe. Occasionally I wear my ponchos, but because I like ponchos in the winter. My ponchos, some of them are sports ponchos for after surfing. I just find them comfortable. But other than that, I don't put on gowns, I don't put on head robes. Obviously, not one for the Jesus look. Can't do that one. Well, I suppose I could put a wig on. Or the sort of Buddha look. Well, yeah, okay, I'm bald, but I'm not doing the Buddha look, beard to balance it out. But you do get quite a few Jesus lookers, the long hair, beard. That's all well and good, they can do that, that's up to them. Just like the fake gurus, call themselves masters just because they feel like it. Or swamis just because they own an ashram, a yoga studio. Now, of course, there are real masters, there are real swamis. But running a yoga studio and calling it an ashram, therefore you're a swami, And then it's gurus. If you're a guru, you can wear anything you like. It doesn't matter what your clothes are. Because that's what people will believe. They'll believe your clothes. Because people do judge books by a cover. And if you want to judge by a book by a cover, obviously you've already judged this book by a cover because you've clicked the thumbnail. Judge by experience. Connect. To the energy. With my hands. Obviously, some people might not be able to feel the energy. They're not attuned to the subtle energy. That's fine, it'll just take you time to tune into the frequencies. Everybody can. But for empaths and those that can feel the energy, get comments all the time. Wow, that energy is really powerful. Wow. Awesome. How do you do that? Proof is in the pudding. Not in the clothes. Not in the title. Not hidden behind a brand. Okay, because but you've got a brand. It's the Awakening Energy. Well, I'll give my channel a name, I suppose. When I create courses, I suppose I'll use that name. And so yes, I suppose it will become a brand. It's just a name. Remember, proof is not in the clothes, proof is not in the title. Be careful of saying words of proof, because they can be tricked. Again, okay, use the religions. Some people might start thinking I'm anti-religion. I'm not at all. But, take the Christian religion, take the Jewish religion. It doesn't matter. When were the books, the Bible? When was it written? When was it finished? 4th century? Because some random guy who was political in the right place at the right time, who became Pope, said, this is what Jesus said, 400 or 500 years after he was around? Really? Lots of hypnotic speech within the Bible. Metaphorical speech. So one can interpret it the way they wish it to have meaning. Just like any politician these days. So proof is not in the speech, unless they speak as a matter of fact, very direct, without metaphor. Again, take that with a pinch of salt, because when it comes to spirituality, some things do have to be taught via metaphor. So the subconscious understands it, so the conscious doesn't get a chance to process. So if the conscious gets a chance to filter, one won't learn what you need to learn. It's like one of the things when we talk about shadow work, feeding your demons. See, that's a metaphor. Demons, we're not talking about the Christian idea of these things with goat's horns and goat's beards and bat's wings and whatever. We're talking about the negative sides of your ego. That's what it's talking about. The angel and the devil sitting on the shoulders like the cartoons. Positive side of your ego, the negative side of your ego. Kids' cartoon can get it right. The big religions can't. Some of them. Does make you chuckle. Just stay connected. I didn't say at the beginning of this video, but remember, and create an intention you wish to practice today. If you didn't do it before, you can do it now. For healing, for clearing the negative energy. This is just energy. You can use it, transform it, transmute it, how you want to use it. Opening your chakras, balancing your chakras. Even to increase tantric energy if you wish. But at the end of the day, Kundalini activation energy is, if you use it and use it and use it, it is the awakening energy. Takes you down the path of Kundalini awakening. The Kundalini awakening is said to be the most pure form of spiritual awakening, the most powerful form of spiritual awakening. And it is what all the religions, all the esoteric teachings, all the mystic teachings, all the mythologies, they all come back to. It might not be the ultimate goal, but it is the initiation. Awakening the Kundalini is the initiation. Whether it's Hermes scepter, whether it's a snake, whether it's the, I can't remember what you call it now, the tajid, I think it's called. Whether it's the hammer, lightning bolt, the axe. All metaphors for the Kundalini. The chakras even lead to the Kundalini. The 33 steps to heaven is the Kundalini. Or whatever it is. Go into the desert to fast 40 days and 40 nights. Meet the snake, Kundalini rises, get tested by your ego, not the snake, your ego. Push it aside and awaken. Kundalini. Rosicrucians, Golden Dawn. Okay, ceremonial magic. Learn the ceremonies to build the energies. Once you've got the energies, you can go let go of the ceremonies. What do? Raise the Kundalini. Of course, I'm not saying that's where they stop. Buddha didn't stop at raising the Kundalini, he went further. But that is the initiation. To raise your Kundalini, we know there are many ways. One of the easiest ways is through Kundalini activation energy over time, peeling back the layers. This can be like this, short daily videos. Obviously doing it in person, it becomes much more powerful, as I'm sure people who have connected and done private sessions with me, they watch this video, hopefully they'll put the comments in and confirm this. And of course, in person it becomes even more live rather than online. Not that much different to online. There is a difference between video. The power stays, but it's not quite the same. Still powerful. I like to test videos like this. Now I go and watch Reiki videos of people doing Reiki. I'm going to go and do and test shaktipat videos. And for the vast majority, not all, of course, but for the vast majority, the shaktipat beats Reiki and power and connection every time. Remember, not done yet, don't worry, but remember, I'm going to loop this. You can turn the sound down. So to loop it, you right click the play button on a computer, on a mobile, the little 3 dots, all the settings, flower thingy. Click that, then look for loop. The loop, turn the sound down, play it all night. There's some powerful music to go with it. My music channels, Dreamy Freedom, at Skeed, Skeed Magic Meditation, Magic Music. Those tracks are embedded with isochronic tones. They're specially tuned, with frequencies in them, all to power up, all to connect to the higher spiritual realms, and they are also embedded with isochronic tones. I'd like to take you on an inner dance style journey to recreate a waking dream state, or of course if you fall asleep, a dream state with a different brainwave levels. Cycles of an hour. Just turning it up. Turning up the power. Namaste.